Okay, welcome back. And so we will call this More Backgrounds and Info to Tree Diagrams and Models Part 2. All right, let's go back to where we're at. Okay, here we're at. So notice what we have here is we have all our entire area square divided up into 4 pieces, and each of these pieces have different categories. So like for example, this entire white is a non-dark, non-curly part of the population. The dark colored hair only is this right here, and this where you have overlap, this is the shared stuff, and this up here is just going to be curly and curly only. Now, remember that the percentages actually work as the dimensions. And so what that means is if that's 40, that's 60, this right here is 20 because it was 20%, which means that this right here is 80. Okay, and so this up here would also be 80, this over here would have to be 40, so on and so forth. All right, maybe I'm getting a little more involved in the dimensions, but and so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to kind of clean this up a little bit just to, well, actually I'm not going to, that I don't want to take away. So now I'm going to find the overall area of each square, or each piece, that is, rectangle. So the shared is going to be, let's see if I can write this, 1200. And you really can't see that. So let me see if I can just kind of erase a small little spot here. So this little spot, or this little shared area, is going to be 1200. Okay. This up here is going to be 800 because that's a 40 times 20 situation. So this is going to be 800. 8 times 40, or 80 times 40, I believe is 3,200, if I'm not mistaken. And then the dark hair people only is going to be 60 times 80, which I believe is 4,800. Now, if I did the math correctly, I should get a total of 10,000. So let me look real quick. It looks to be good. All right. Now the question is, where'd you get 10,000? Well, remember that our percentages are also going to be our dimensions. So from here all the way up to here is 100%. So that means it's 100 by a 100 square, which means it's going to be a grand total of 1,000, or I'm sorry, 10,000. So 10,000 is my total here. Now, what is the probability of curly dark hair? Well, curly dark hair is the shared spot right here, which is going to be 1200 over 10,000. So I know that looks weird, but remember writing with my mouse here, 1200 over 10,000. And of course you would reduce, okay? And we're not going to spend any time on reducing just because I need the video time to explain more of this. All right, how many students have curly dark hair? Well, let's see, curly dark. How many? Okay, how many students? See, the very first question was what is the probability? The next is how many students, and this goes back into the 30 students originally. So 1,200 over 10,000. That's a grand total of, well, when you divide it out, 12.5%. Okay, and if we're trying to figure out what is, or how many total students are being surveyed here, or how many students have curly dark hair, we're going to take this 12.5% and we're going to multiply it by the total number of students, which is 30, which gives me a grand total of, I believe this is going to be 3.6 students. I don't have my calculator available. Oh, I just found it. So that gives me 3.75. So 3.8 students. Let me erase that. Make it more accurate, 3.8 here. Remember to convert your percentages to decimals, which roughly gives you about 4 students. So about 4 students have curly dark hair. All right, what is the probability? Let's move down a little bit. What is the probability of neither? Well, neither is this big old white rectangle here, 3,200. So that's 3,200 over 10,000. And I'm just going to let you reduce that on your own just because I can't. Let's see. That's 100,000. My bad. There you go. 10,000. And I'm going to let you reduce on your own. I just can't spare the um, video time. All right, next one. All right, so same question. You're now dealing with 50 students, and the percentages have changed. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to work on this, but I want to go ahead and kind of get the setup for you. So I'm going to make the y-axis my cat side, and I'm going to make the x-axis my dog side. Okay? And so this is my 0%, this is my 100, and this right here is my 100 as well. 100% that is. All right, so if you'd like to pause the video, go ahead and pause the video and work on this on your own, and then we'll go back and check your work. All right, so pausing in 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph my 30% of my cat lovers here. And so 30% would be, I'm just going to say right here. That works. So this is going to be my 30% mark. Okay, and so this is going to be my 30%. And these are all my cat lovers, everybody that's in this area here. Okay, they all love their cats. Or they have a cat. I don't know if they love it. But anyway, the next thing is we need to graph our dogs. And that's 40% of dogs. And so here I go on my y-axis, and I find roughly about 40%. We'll just say it's right here. And then I go up. And so those are my dog lovers, which I will do in a different color, so you can really see what's going on here. That's 40%. And so here are all my dog lovers. Okay? And notice once again, we have overlap. That's good. And so we already graphed everything. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm in green ink, I'm going to go ahead and write all my dimensions down. From here to here, this is 30, which would make this 70. This right here is 40, which would make this 60. Okay, so from this here, make your calculations. You know that your overall value of this square is going to be 10,000, because that's what 100 times 100 is. So I'm going to go ahead and write in all of my areas here. So this right here, the area, let's see, I believe this is going to be 2,800. It's hard to see over that blue. I believe this right here is going to be, ooh, almost multiplied wrong. 4,200, if I'm not mistaken. This should be 1,800. And this right here should be 1,200. I got to write small down here. So 1,200, 2,800. I think we're good. I believe that adds up to 10,000. Let me check this real quick. 28 plus 42 plus 18 plus. All right, we're good. All right, so what is the probability of students having both? In black ink here, well, both is what is shared here. So that's going to be 1,200 over 10,000. And I'll let you do your own reducing. How many students have both? Once again, you're going to take the answer to this question and you are going to multiply it by 50 to get your overall answer. So 1,200 divided by 10,000, multiply that by 50 is 6 people. Let's see. Oh, that reminds me, that last problem here, it wasn't 12.5%. My bad on that. I bet you guys were yelling at the screen the whole time. My bad on that. It's 12%, which would change this to like 3.6, I think. That's where I messed up. Sorry about that. You're probably yelling at the screen about that. Sorry. All right. What is the probability of neither? And that's going to be 4,200. Now you might be asking, Coach Ward, why don't you just go back and redo a brand new video? It takes too much time to do that, so we're just going to go with that error. So once again, I apologize. All right, so that is how you do everything. And once again, you would reduce down to lowest terms. But there you go. That's area of the model. So hopefully you have a little more understanding on it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.